Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, early in the morning, brisk cold. Ought to be really putting in some work, and we have been putting in a lot of work the past couple days. I want to come at you with a little bit different video today. I want to let everyone know kind of what's going on with the market. In case you didn't know, the lumber market is in the toilet. It is horrible. To the fact where most sawmills around here are making it's just completely unprofitable for them to saw, so they're just closing up. A lot of them, the bigger sawmills, they'll have their lumber cut on quota. We can't even sell our green lumber because we're just kind of peons to the big buyers, but they're all on a quota, and they have their quota cut for the month, like the first week of the month. So they're just completely shutting down for 3 weeks out of the month pretty well, because it's just completely unprofitable for them to operate. That's on the hardwood side. The softwood side, it's even worse, honestly. Lumber's down around $500 a thousand. All the mills are shutting down. They're kind of putting everyone on quotas, like I said. So what drives this market is basically supply and demand. Lumber is the purest form of supply and demand in the market, in my opinion, because we don't get a lot of government bailouts like, you know, a lot of these big fancy companies do. So this business is just straight supply and demand, and unfortunately what's happened is loggers and sawmills, they're so efficient that they just flooded the market. The business runs, the supply is pretty much the same year round if the mills don't throttle it, and the demand is extremely based on interest rates and building new houses. And as you know, interest rates are sky high, and we may be in like a housing deficit, but people ain't building houses just because it costs so much dang money to live. Another factor that's going on with everything around here is it's election time, and I don't care what political affiliation you are, every single buyer is scared to death right now. So they're not trying to buy anything. They're afraid they're going to have to buy something, and they're going to be stuck with it. That's their biggest fear. So basically what's happened is the tie market is still strong. I can't cut enough ties from a tie buyer. But the problem lies therein with selling the green lumber that comes off the side of the tie. Like I said, if you can't sell the green lumber, stumpage prices are still high. They're still sky high for stumpage prices. And so if you can't sell the green lumber, you can't pay as much for that log as you could if you were selling the green lumber and the tie. A little bit of a fun fact, most of the time your tie just breaks even, and you actually make your money off your lumber. A lot of people don't know that. So the tie market's been strong, so that's kind of helped out a lot of you sawmills. It helps us out that we're able to sell tie. What we're doing is we're just stacking up lumber. We have a kiln, so we're kiln drying it. Another thing that's damaging the market is the loggers. So the loggers are having a harder time than us. Basically what's kind of kept the whole logging industry afloat around here, I'm in North Arkansas, so what's kept the logging market afloat around here is white oak stave bolts. Well, everyone's been hauling white oak stave bolts. They've been cutting white oak stave bolts. They were paying close to $2 a board foot. Well, them boys, and I was one of them. I was hauling a lot of white oak staves because it was profitable. We got a text a couple weeks ago, put us all on quota, and I know I've talked around, and a lot of them boys' quotas is 2 loads a week. Now if you're any kind of logger, you know, and for those who aren't loggers, 2 loads a week is not sustainable for a logger. 2 loads a week, they'll cut 4 loads in a day, so that quota is not sustainable for them. So to put all this in perspective, do y'all remember when COVID was going on? The lumber prices were high, not because of inflation or corporate greed, but because the demand was so high for it, and the supply, like I said, the supply usually stays about the same. And it was over $1,000 board foot for the price, and it's dropped down to $500. But one benefit of it is that it's hit the bottom. I honestly don't think that we can go any lower with the lumber. Ties, if they stop buying ties, you'll see just a blanket of sawmill bankruptcy and foreclosure, because that's the only way a sawmill can make money in the hardwood industry right now. Alright, so we've talked about the gloom and doom. Now let's talk about the future. What does the future hold? Well, whatever happens with this election will weigh a lot. So, like I said, interest rates really drive this market, because that's what drives new home building and all that, and in turn it trickles down here. So, in the future, if interest rates drop, which they are projected to drop, you'll see an uptick in building permits, and you'll see an uptick in the lumber price. And hopefully that will translate into a stronger hardwood market. And once that happens, you'll see everything come back. You'll see your white oak staves come back. You'll see your lumber, all your green lumber markets come back. So I'll look for that to happen. Honestly, it don't matter who gets elected. I honestly think that the prices and everything's going to come back at the beginning of next summer. So 2025, it's gonna slowly come up, and it's probably going to peak around the peak building season of 25, especially if they drop interest rates some more. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. It's a real quick video. I just wanted to get on here and let y'all know kind of what the market's doing, and kind of get y'all a little bit of information on the struggles that logging and sawmill operation run through. It's tough out here, guys. We're out here just trying to scratch out a living, trying to cut ties and stack lumber. Everyone's having a hard time, and just we'll just continue hoping and praying that the market comes back, and that we all don't go broke before then. So I'll see y'all guys next time. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop me a comment about what your idea is of the lumber market and what things are doing in your neighborhood. So until then, I'll see y'all later.